Relatives of a 5-year-old killed in a freeway shooting in California Saturday 8th of April have paid tribute to a beautiful little girl. Eliyanah Crisostomo was hit by one of many bullets fired at the car that she and her parents were traveling in on their way to a birthday dinner at the Outback Steakhouse along Interstate 880 near the Fremont-Milpitas border at 6:40 p.m. again Saturday 8th of April. Eliyanah died within 30 seconds of being struck by the bullet, according to a GoFundMe page which has been set up in her name. Eliyanah is described as being a fun-loving little girl who loved life, who had a giving heart and was close with her 3 siblings, especially her brother, who were 11 months apart. Here's a quote from the GoFundMe. "Both were so excited for Easter before the family was torn to pieces by this tragic event." Eliyanah would have been 6 on the 21st of April yesterday. It is believed that the shooting was random, although authorities say it is likely gang related. Going to interject on the article at this point. Of course, full condolences to the family of Eliyanah Crisostomo. Her parents, of course, both of whom escaped unhurt. Thankfully, they're not going to be able to recognize that as a blessing at this point, I would imagine. And full condolences to Eliyanah's 3 siblings, who perhaps at this young age don't quite understand what's going on. Perhaps they don't quite understand why their sister isn't able to celebrate her 6th birthday. And I also wanted to inject to just state my disgust at gangs. And I'm a hypocrite. I listen to hip-hop music. I listen to Chicago drill rap, which is very much a celebration of gang activity. And perhaps I allowed myself to become a fan of the genre really without considering the realities, the harsh realities of gang activity. Okay, gang members shooting their ops is one thing. That's not a good thing. But when it infringes, when gang activity, when gang violence, when gang killings infringe on innocent members of society, I'm going to say regardless of their age, then that is absolutely disgusting. Presumably the gang members were shooting at each other, 2 rival gangs, having a shootout. Why? Well, because of money, because of drugs, no doubt. And they did so on a freeway in California with little to no care for anyone, really. They just acted on their perverse instincts, which is to attempt to kill each other, to shoot the ops. And one of the gang members fired a bullet which struck Eliyanah Crisostomo while she was traveling in her family car, in her parents' car, to have a nice birthday dinner with her siblings, and her life is taken away from her in full view of her family, in full view of her parents. It's an absolute disgrace, and I question what is the answer. How can you solve the gang issue or issues? And I guess the answer is you can't. They've been so prolific. They're gaining in strength. They're gaining in violence as far as I can tell. All gang members have access to guns with extendos that have been modified. And in addition to that, they are fueled by this belief that it's okay to be a gang member, that it's cool to be a gang member, that they didn't get to choose their life. It was forced upon them. BS. And I have to say at this point that I feel that hip-hop is definitely an aspect of fueling the celebration of gang culture, the acceptance of gang culture, the celebration of gang culture is portrayed as being cool to be part of a gang that goes out doing what it has to do, dealing with drugs, taking out the ops. These young hip-hop artists, male predominantly, are portrayed as heroes. They're lionized. And I think it's really had a detrimental effect on society. It's not the only thing to have had a detrimental effect on society, but I think it is one of those things. Hip-hop has been the most popular form of music in accordance with music sales in the Western world for like 20 years or so. Not all hip-hop is the same. Not all hip-hop is gang related, but a majority of it is. So I'm going to be an absolute hypocrite. I'm no doubt going to carry on listening to Chicago drill rap and other hip hop and continue to enjoy such music, but I don't know, maybe I've had my fill of it, or maybe I'm coming close to having had my fill of it. Maybe I feel that it's probably better to expose myself to less aggressive topics, less aggressive sentiments. Maybe I should go back to listening to R.E.M. or the Beatles or such. Gone on a massive tangent there, so I'm going to bring it back to the article. 3 people were taken into custody custody in connection with the shooting following a daring police chase in which the suspects jettisoned a firearm from their vehicle. During the car chase, officers spotted the vehicle's occupants discarding a firearm from the car before the suspect driver stopped a short distance later. So 3 are in custody. They try to dispose of a firearm, likely the firearm that was used in the shooting which led to the killing of Eliyanah Crisostomo, and hopefully my pronunciation is correct. Apologies if it isn't. So is that a blessing that they've been taken into custody? Well, yeah, it's a blessing. I mean, it's a good thing, obviously, but there's not going to be any justice here, is there? No one can bring back the life of Eliyanah. Her family has been shattered, torn to piece. Her parents in particular, I would imagine, in the car. It's destroyed their lives, and there will be other family members, the grandparents and such, that will be, I won't quite say equally shattered, but they will also be shattered by this. So this little shootout between gang members has absolutely devastated an entire family, and there's nothing that's going to be able to reverse that situation. So F these scumbags. I do hope the investigation goes ahead. I hope that they go through a trial and are found guilty and are incarcerated for life or given the death penalty. And further to that, I hope there's further investigation into gang activity in general. I don't know how much resources are thrown at the issue of gang-related violence, gang-related activity. I would imagine it's a lot, but seemingly it hasn't been effective. I don't have the answers, obviously. I think one answer could be the decriminalization of a variety of drugs, not necessarily all drugs. That could be an answer, but then again, maybe it isn't. Increasing the availability of drugs perhaps isn't the best thing for society. I would think throwing around the death penalty would help to act as a deterrent, and maybe plea deals. I'm not a fan of plea deals, but maybe plea deals are a viable mechanism to get some gang members to snitch, to rat on their fellow gang members, just to get these guys off the streets. And again, I encourage the death penalty because incarceration is so expensive to the taxpayer. So if these guys want to go around being gang members, and if a RICO case or such can identify that the gang as a unit has committed heinous crimes, then I don't know, I would personally hand out the death penalty left, right and centre. That's my feeling right now. Having gone through this subject, this article, I feel disgusted by the notion of gangs going out there doing what they want and in the process taking the lives of innocent people, including children. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the commentary, if you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Consider joining my memberships. I don't have any members. I would like to get some. That would be nice. I'm going to be carrying on working on the channel, making multiple videos most days, and I feel that I am improving, and I feel motivated to continue to improve. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you've listened all the way to this point, then you're an absolute star. But don't watch too many of my videos. Go and watch some kitten videos, some puppy videos. Go and listen to REM. Do whatever you need to do to bring a little bit of light and love into your heart, into your mind, because these subjects do bring us down. And this one's brought me down. I actually read through this a week ago. I've been a little bit slow in covering this topic. I've got a few more videos which I'll be going through in a moment, which I'm a little bit late in covering. And maybe I'll have to call it a day soon because this one's really pulled my mood down. But there we go. That's how it is. So perhaps I'll go and watch some kitten videos. We've actually kind of adopted a stray cat recently, so I love cats at the moment. From here on in, I'm new to cats, but I'm in love with my cat. Hopefully it remains my cat. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Thank you for listening. Take care.